Good morning, everybody. It's Serafina, and I'm here with your daily tarot insight for April 5th. So before I begin, I would like to call upon the spirit of the universe that loves us unconditionally. I would like to call upon the spirits of this land, of this island, and of this ocean, and I thank them for holding the space in their ancient wisdom. And I would like to call upon my guides, ancestors, archangels, and higher self for guidance with this collective reading. Okay, so beloved spirit of the universe, what loving guidance is there for the collective today? We have the card of the Star. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Ace of Cups. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Four of Cups. What further guidance is there for the collective today? And we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. And to clarify, what further guidance is there for the collective today? We have extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. And we can see a peacock there. And I feel like picking one more oracle card. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have new moon in Libra, and it says a new romantic cycle begins. Okay, I can see where this is going. So we start off today with the Star. The Star is ruled by Aquarius, and when it comes out in a reading, it tells me that we're going through some sort of healing. It's a card of healing. It's a card of receiving cosmic downloads. And another interesting thing that I read about this card once is that it represents stellar influences in our life. And so I highly recommend tuning in to the planets, tuning in to what is going on to be able to understand what's happening in your life right now according to your own chart. However, something particular that is happening today, which is important, is that Venus entered Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. And for those of us who follow astrology, we know that Venus has been going through a long trajectory since her retrograde in December. She's been conjunct Saturn, Mars, the Sun, Pluto. And, then she was in enclosure with Saturn and Mars, and now she's finally entering her place of exaltation, right? So there's a lot of love going on here, but ultimately, I feel that this Star card is here to tell us that there's a new dawn. There's something new that's happening for us, and it requires us being able to, because if you see there's water here that's coming in from the past into the present, and she has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot outside of the water. So it's us being able to mix our past and our present in a way that works harmoniously for us. The second card we got is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups usually denotes a new beginning regarding relationships. It could be relationship to self, it could be relationship to others. But usually when it comes up in a reading, it's telling us there's a new relationship that's happening. It's a gift. If you see this hand, it's like a hand coming from divinity to give a gift of emotional fulfillment. And we can see these angel wings here, right? So we next have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a bit of a tricky card because if we notice they have 3 cups here and they're sitting by a tree and they're feeling like a little bit bored, or they're unhappy or like unsettled with what they actually have, but they don't realize that, you know, there's a cup that's being gifted to them here. Let's see if it gets in focus. There you go. There's a gift that's being a cup that's being gifted them here. And so sometimes it shows that we're so focused on these three cups here that we don't realize that there's a gift here that's being, you know, given to us. And it kind of like asks for a change in perception towards how things are going. And what I think it's telling us is that we have our boundaries a little bit too high. The Nine of Wands is when we're almost at the end of the trajectory of the Wands, which is about creativity and fire and passion. And if you notice this person here, they have set up like a barrier or barricades around themselves. Why? Because they're wounded. They've been through so much already, like Venus, let's say, with all her transits, that, you know, they have their boundaries set up high. And sometimes this can be really useful, right? Especially when we're learning how to interact with others, and others don't even have their own clear intentions towards relationships. But this card can also call for us being able to lower our perception to how others have to relate to us, right? It could mean that our walls are just a little bit too high. And then funnily enough, we get the peacock with extraordinary, telling us that you deserved to be honored, you deserve to be seen, right? So the peacock is a beautiful animal which just kind of is beautiful on its own. It doesn't ask for permission to flaunt or to put out all its beautiful feathers, right? And so it's us being able to put ourselves out there unapologetically. If you think about the feathers of a peacock, they're very Venusian in their own way, right? They like fan out, and it's a marvel to be able to look at them. And speaking of Venus, we have new moon in Libra, and actually we're coming up to a full moon in Libra in a couple of weeks. So it says a new romantic cycle begins. So it tells me that for some of us, we are going to be renewing our relationships if we are already in a relationship right now, or something could be coming up for us regarding that, right? Because the Aries and the Libra energies are going to be very strong right now, and they're going to be speaking to each other. So in general, I feel that this is a card of hope. It's a card of saying, don't give up. Maybe many people have been reevaluating their relationships. Maybe they're thinking, I don't want to delve any more into relationships because it's been so hard, and because I'm not really finding anything out there that is suiting me. And even if there are people, they're just, not up to my standards. And here it's saying, this is a card of hope. This is a card of healing. This is a card of us being able to understand that there are higher planetary transits that are affecting us. And Venus just walked in to Pisces and is exalted there, because there's a new beginning that's coming in for us, a new gift, a fresh perspective, clear water for us to be able to cleanse ourselves and to be able to recognize how much we already do have. And maybe there needs to be a perceptual shift towards things. And that is going to require us kind of like healing the wounds that we've had from the past, and recognizing that some defense mechanisms maybe are not serving us in our highest good. By being ourselves, allowing ourselves to be seen, to be loved, because something new is coming in. Something new is going to come in. And as I said, if you're already in a relationship, it could just mean that in your present relationship, there could be like a fresh water, fresh renewal coming in. Kind of like what I'm envisioning is kind of like setting new vows or communicating your needs, because needs and expectations always go changing as we go changing, right? Okay, so to finish, I'm going to choose a card from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. Kuan Yin is the goddess of love and compassion. So, beloved Kuan Yin, what loving guidance is there for the collective today? What loving guidance is there for the collective today? We have here the yellow tiger mother. Here, the yellow tiger mother. I love it. All this gold and yellow. Okay, so it's number 13 for those of you who have this oracle deck. And I'm going to read. Sometimes we must be strong and hold true whilst all around us seems to be shifting and changing. The yellow tiger mother Kuan Yin in her guardian role is roaring her divine sound within you. She asks you to hear her, to remember that you are a powerful being of light, and even whilst you are in flow with universal forces, your strong roots help you be at peace with your truth, standing your ground whilst your light shines true. In our surrender to divine forces, there are times when we must be flexible and flow, and then there are times when we must surrender when the surrender is into holding strong and being true to our inner knowing. There are inner truths that we know we are worthy of the effort to grow strong enough to honor them in our lives. These are the truths of kindness, compassion, the right of each individual being to be spiritually free and loved, and more. So basically this card is speaking of us being able to surrender to divine will while still maintaining our roots strong, right? She said, Tiger Mother gifts you with the power of strength and knowing. Be brave and stay true to yourself, beloved. So in general, I feel that there is something dawning, because these colors also remind me like of the dawn. You know, it's gold. Something is coming in. And if we think about tiger, and we're in the year of the tiger according to Chinese astrology, there's something that's fierce, that's passionate, something that wants to come in with this like feline energy, right? And so we started off today with the Star card. As I mentioned, it's a card of hope, it's a card of renewal, it's a card of healing, and it also, you know, denotes Aquarius and all the planets we have in Aquarius. So I think it's just calling, you know, to still be fierce, like a tiger, but to not have our, you know, our defense mechanism so high, because there's something that's being gifted to us that we cannot see, or we're choosing to not see right now, as we're only focusing on these 3 cups. And it is a new relationship. It's a new relationship to self, or it's an existing relationship that is going to have like renewed vows, because this moon in Libra that we're coming up to is going to bring lots of changes for us. And never forget to be you in your highest potential, in your highest self. Okay, everybody, I hope that this was useful to you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please comment, subscribe, and share this video if you found it useful. Okay, thank you. Bye.